Okay, well, welcome, Lisa. I'm really happy to have you on today because as part of my preferred healthful partner communities, I really want to find out more about your OMG because for me, it's, oh my God, it's the most amazing ghee. And if you're just tuned in and you're wondering, what am I talking about? I'm talking about this most amazing product that Lisa makes with love and intention to just, for people to just go, oh my God, this tastes amazing. And I want to find out more about it because I use it, I love it, I've run out, I feel like I need to get some more. It's just fantastic. And yeah, I wanted to introduce you all to Lisa, to find out more about Lisa, to find out more about her product and how it came about, and obviously where you can get it and the health benefits, because it's good for weight loss, right?
Absolutely. Hi,
Yes.
everyone.
Yes. So, and if you don't know who I am, I probably should introduce myself. My name's Suzanne. I am the weight loss coach. I help women to lose weight easily and effortlessly. I use hypnosis. I'm an eating psychology coach. I don't do diets, pills, or shakes. And this is part of why I love Lisa's product, because it's natural. It's part of an easy, balanced eating way of life. And there's no sort of chemical processing or anything in there, and that's what I love. And it tastes great, and it's good for you, and it helps with weight loss, and that's what I'm all about. So, Lisa, over to you. Tell me a little bit about yourself and how OMG came about.
Well, thanks for having me, Suzanne. Well, previously, I'd say only 6 months ago, I had been a business coach and consultant for the last 20 years. And I was coaching through a not-for-profit in the last 6 months, and my contract came to an end. I had the option to, go and do coaching and consulting again, or do something different. And I guess that's part of the great resignation that's happened now because of COVID. And I just thought, well, this making of ghee brings me so much joy, and why, I'm 50 something, and if you can't follow your joy at 50, then what's the point?
Totally agree.
And so that's how I kind of decided to do ghee.
Yeah, wow. That's I actually didn't know that about you, Lisa. Wow, that's an interesting background. So, and I totally get that. You need to do at this time of our lives. We're getting to the pointy end of the pineapple. We need to be doing something that we love to do, and it's evident in the product that you make, this amazing ghee. So, tell us, what is ghee, and where did it come from? Because I had a vague idea of what it was, but I think I had a misconception about what it was, and I never used it. So can you tell us what ghee is, and perhaps maybe the history of ghee, where it came from?
Okay, well, let's start with the history. So way back when. So ghee we have it on our website, 1,000 years in the making. Right, because it's been around for thousands and thousands of years, and it's been used all throughout Southeast Asia. But most people go ghee, curry.
Yeah.
Right. They put those two things together, and we are on a mission to separate them and go, no, ghee can be just your healthy, guilt-free solution for a butter addiction, which it was for me. And ghee is butter. It's not what we put in ghee, it's what we take out that makes it different from butter. So I take butter and I boil it slowly for a very long period of time, and naturally the butter transforms into ghee by separating all the fat from all the milk proteins, or the milk sugars. So we're just generally saying the milk solids. So that's lactose, which is the sugar, all the proteins, your caseins, all those things that people have a lactose intolerance or a milk dairy intolerance to. That all just falls gently to the bottom of the pan over a very long period of time. And we toast all that off and we get that nice and brown and caramelized, and that flavor permeates through the fat. And that's what's something a bit different that OMGhee than a lot of other ghees on the market is our flavor profile, because there's a bit of an art and a science in the last 10 minutes of the cook. And when you're cooking it in a factory and you've got great big vats, that kind of artist side sort of just falls apart and it's just boiling fat. Whereas we go to a lot of effort to make sure we get it to exact flavor profile that we want before we then pour it off and separate through a sieving process all the milk solids from it. And then we jar it.
Wow. And I have to say, as soon as I had it, and I had heard about it, and I found you at the markets, at the Goodwood Road Farmers Markets, and you had some on a little cracker, and I tasted it and I'm thinking, oh, this is just going to be like butter. But oh, it tasted great. And I just had this zingy, and I still talk about this zingy feeling around my mouth. And then, of course, I had to buy some. I've been cooking with it all week, nonstop. In fact, when I pour a tablespoon into my pan, I lick the spoon. It's so yummy, and it just doesn't have this buttery, fatty thing at all. It's just,
even though it's 100% fat, so let's be clear on that.
Yeah,
you know, it's a good fat, like avocado and that type of thing. It's a really good fat for you. Better still, it's a fat that can help you lose weight.
I know.
And that's when we go like, what a fat that helps you lose weight?
Yeah. Tell us about that.
So let me tell you how that happens, Suzanne. So when the butter is made up of all different lengths of different fatty chain acids, and what you're looking for is short chain fatty acids, because that's what the cell membrane that you have is like. And when it's very similar to the cell membrane, it's used for food to cross backwards and forwards, micronutrients. We're just going to call it food for ease of sort of understanding, right? But the ghee actually helps things cross over the cells, and because the cell will just release the fat.
Wow.
So that's why it's good for fat loss, weight loss, right? But that said, balanced diet.
Yes.
You don't want to be eating gallons of it, but people often will put a teaspoon in hot water or milk, or, you know, they'll have a teaspoon every day to help with their weight loss journey.
Yeah, and it contains all sorts of, now it's the essential fatty acids, the EFAs, omega-3s and 6s, is that right?
Yes, and vitamin A, K. It's especially good for us Australians because it helps the absorption of vitamin D from the sun, which, you know, you'd think, oh my goodness, we wouldn't be low in vitamin D, but we are. And it, you know, we're sitting in an office, or we wear sunscreen all the time.
Or we just don't get outside, and even if we do get out, we need something to help the body to uptake the vitamin D. So this is where the omega-3s are perfect. Yeah
Great for the brain.
Yes.
And the gut, you know, there's that gut brain connection. So great for the gut, great for the brain. Just very nourishing. If you're feeling a little bit frazzled, like a lot of new mums can feel like that really wired, frazzled feeling, or if you're in a high stress job, then ghee is fabulous because it's very, very grounding. It's also, it has a background in Ayurvedic medicine, which is traditional Indian medicine. Some people may or may not have heard of that. And it's used for, Ayurveda has this system of categorizing different body types. But ghee is suitable for all people across all ages.
Yeah, wow, that's amazing. And you're right, it is very grounding, and it just literally makes you feel good. And
like a big warm hug from the inside.
It is like a big
That's
warm
how it
hug.
feels. It's like,
my mouth, it's all zingy. I just not zingy as in tingly. It's just this taste of toasted caramel butter, something. It's just amazing. I totally love it and totally recommend it, you know, for the fact that it does help with weight loss, and it also helps the body to uptake more nutrients. So since I've been shopping at the farmers market, I've actually noticed I have more energy. The quality of the food is much higher, and that's what I'm all about, is to make sure you're getting the best quality food that you can, to help with energy levels, to help with your metabolic rate, all of those things, and weight loss, of course. But combining it with the ghee just gives it that double banger, doesn't it?
That's the word. The word we're looking for is bioavailability.
Right.
Ghee increases the bioavailability of the food you eat.
Yes, yeah.
So the nutrients going in and across the cell membrane is increased. It also has the ability to take things deep into the body very quickly. So if I could just take you through the journey of, you put something in your mouth and it doesn't become a cell straight away. There's a journey of how we turn into our cells. It goes to the blood, the plasma, then it goes to the red and white blood cells, then it goes to your muscles, the fat, then the bones. So we're going deeper and deeper. Then we're going into our sexual organs and our sexual being, and it can take I think it's about 7 days, according to Ayurvedic principles, to go through each of those layers. And you think you eat a really healthy meal and you've been eating really, really crap stuff for a long while, you don't instantly feel great and look skinny again, do you? Like, it takes a while for that transformation to happen, because when we eat something, it doesn't instantly become who we are. There is a journey to be had. Yeah. Ghee has the ability to take nutrients deep into the body very, very quickly. And that's why it's used medicinally, because they mix herbs and medicines with it. And then when they take it, it goes quite quickly, so it's used with sick patients because it's nourishing. It's used to help detox and flush out the toxins, because it is opening up those cells. So lots of
hence why I've been feeling amazing.
That would be the love and the joy that I put in it.
Of course, absolutely. And that's another part. Can you tell us a little bit about that? Because that is actually really important. When I work with my clients, I always talk about, sitting and eating with love and appreciation of an awareness of the love that has been put into the food. Because when you enjoy that food and you know that it's been made with love, your body actually processes it much better. Lots of science and studies around that. You can be eating the best food in the world, but if it hasn't been made well, or you're not thinking about it in a good way, your body's not going to uptake the goodness. So tell us a bit about what you do with your ghee.
Okay, so when I was taught to make ghee, it was in the Ayurvedic tradition, and they are really stressed quite heavily that the kitchen has to be serene. They just talk about any type of cooking, not to have anger in the kitchen, and I don't know if anyone experienced in the household when the pot lids gets put on really hard, bang, or it's like the drawers get slammed and that type of thing. It's a different energy, isn't it? Or if you remember a meal that your grandmother made, and it was made in love, and you could go to a restaurant, you can have exactly the same ingredients, it could be made exactly the same method, but it's just not going to taste the same, because it hasn't got that transference of the energy of the person that's cooking it. So in the Ayurvedic tradition, it's very important to bless the ghee. And I deliberately infuse joy and love. I have my intention that goes into that, because that ghee, we talked previously, how what you eat becomes who you are. So I want for everyone that eats OMGhee to be having that joy, that zing, that love, as an energetic transference from the ghee into their body. So for us, the cook is sacred. We make sure there's hardly anyone in the kitchen, and that we just do it in a really calm manner. And you have to be totally present when you're cooking ghee. I know that we've chatted before, and I've told you the story of, if you take your eye off the ghee it becomes like a petulant 3-year-old. And it's like, you know, it will froth up, it will do something really weird, but just standing there being totally present with it. And one of the reasons why I got into it, because that it did and it does require that total presence, where everything else just leaves. And, you know, people meditate, I cook ghee.
Yeah, amazing. And it shows, you know, it just shows that, hence all that. That's why I feel so good, because I am getting that energetic hug. Like literally your joy and your love has been infused, and I'm spreading the word and just telling everyone about it, because I just feel so amazing. Truly, it is fabulous. Now, now you're doing some, you've got a workshop coming up, haven't you?
Have. So I am super, super passionate, and I don't know if it's because of my consulting background, but I am really passionate about education. And us as, you know, leaders of our craft, not holding on to knowledge that should be shared with everyone. So I run how to make ghee workshops, where I take you through doing different butters, because we use Paris Creek butter. Just energetically, it responds different in the pan, which is why we use it. It's biodynamic, but I will take you through cooking different brands of butter so you can see that and experience that for yourself. And yeah, I will take you through all the tips and the tricks. You know, you can read a recipe, but it's very different standing next to someone and then going, you know, you can smell the change now. Oh, yeah. Can you see the color? Yeah. You know, oh, no, we need a little bit darker. You know, you can, no, we have to wait for it to froth before we know all the moisture's gone, because there's no moisture in ghee, and that's what makes it so shelf stable, because we take all the moisture out as well. So, yeah, it's what we take out of the butter that makes it ghee and makes it amazing, and how we do it. And at that workshop, we'll do all of that. Plus, we'll cook some fabulous recipes. If you come to the workshop, or when you come to the workshop, don't eat anything beforehand. You'll definitely be going home with a hungry stomach. Another thing, one of the recipes that's super popular is like a coriander and rice one that I do, and you'll go home with all the ingredients for that, because there's nothing worse than loving something and then not getting around to going to the supermarket and getting the ingredients. So you'll be able to go home and cook that evening for your family.
Wow.
And yeah, celebrate what you've learned that day. And already you're starting to pass that on, which is that whole educational, not holding knowledge for ourselves, but instead just sharing it with the world. Because I want everyone to be eating ghee. I want ghee to be like at the Meadow Lee, right?
Yes.
Yeah, so it's Meadow Ghee now, and it needs to be on everyone's table.
Yeah. Oh, absolutely. And so, Lisa, where can we, if we can't, where can we find out about the workshop? Where can we, you know, get your beautiful product? How do we get OMGhee?
So the easiest way to get to the workshop is you can either find it on my Facebook page, but generally, you know, once a few more posts up, it could be a bit buried. It's on Eventbrite. So if you type ghee, it's the only one there.
Yeah, so
just like Ghee into Eventbrite, and it will pop up. Get in now, because there is an early bird price going on at the moment. It's on March the 13th. It goes from 10 o'clock in the morning to 1 p.m. So right over lunchtime, where you'll be eating. Yeah, so it is perfect. It is the long weekend, but I figured, you know, we're not doing lots of traveling at the moment, so it's the perfect way to just come in, do a little bit of socials with like-minded people. And we do go through the very basics of it, so there's nothing to be afraid of. It's very gentle, very easy learning. Type ghee into Eventbrite, but I'll send you the link if you want to put that up or attach it to the post.
We'll do. And so if we can't get to the workshop, how else can we get your beautiful ghee?
Oh, go and shop online at OMGhee. So that's O for orange, M for Mary, G for giraffe, H for Harry, double E for egg. So omghee.com.
Okay.
No,
Okay.
AU. So just omghee.com and then hit shop. Have a little giggle at the homepage first because there's some gorgeous cows in there. We tried to keep the brand really fun. Yeah. And so go and you can shop online there and you can come and pick it up from me once you've ordered it, or I can post it out to you. Or if you want to come along to the farmers markets, we're at Mount Barker Farmers Markets every Saturday and the Adelaide Showground Markets every second Sunday.
Ah, fantastic. Yes, I plan to bring a group of people coming up in the next Sunday. So because it is, yes, it is so amazing. Yeah, and just quickly, tell us about how you came about the name OMG.
Oh, you wanted to ask this one, didn't you, Susan?
I know, I do. I was intrigued because I had different thoughts around it, and I just think, well, if I'm thinking it, someone else might be thinking it too.
Yeah, and I'm okay with people thinking OMGhee, but it's really oh my God, guaranteed to make you go OMGhee, OMG.
Yeah.
But how you come up with a business name is over a few wines, thinking, oh, what are we going to call it? And when my husband and I first started dating many years ago, he had me in his phone as Lisa OMG. Yes.
Wow. That's so romantic. I love that.
And that's kind of, so there's lots of different answers to that question. We play with Ghee Whiz, perhaps having a brand called Ghee Whiz, and maybe we'll still use Ghee Whiz down the track. But at the moment, we're OMGhee.
Yeah,
as in OMG.
Yeah, that's certainly my first impression. First thing I said, oh my God, that's amazing. So OMGhee, amazing. Well, thank you so much, Lisa. It's been fantastic spending some time with you. And just for people that are in the weight loss group, you've offered a very special discount for a one-off purchase. Is that right?
Yeah, if you've never tried Ghee before, I really encourage for you to let me be your first if you're a Ghee version and type in first time 10 and that will give you 10% off your first order. There are lots of different Ghees on the markets. They will have different flavour profiles. I'm not a big fan of some of them. Some are better than others, right? But of course, I love the flavour profile that I've created.
Oh, amazing.
Yeah, because it's so warm and toasty and I love it.
It is. I love it too, and I'm missing it already. So, well, thank you so much, Lisa. It's just been amazing. Thanks so much for taking the time to chat. And I'll put all your details underneath this video so people can get in touch. Okay.
Fabulous. You have a great day.
You too.
Bye.